Protoss. Target designated.
Nuclear launch detected. Nuclear attack.
Prepare to die.
Imaging complete.
We are vigilant.
Alright, Nuke-Knights, here we go. This is the third set, possibly the last, because Stork is only one win away now from getting into his first OSL Finals since 2008, when I started commentating. So epic! Yeah, between sets, I spilled water on my laptop. I was like, no! Did the James Earl Jones know? Because if it shorted out and I didn't get to see if Stork won this series or not, I would go insane. I would throw something through the window. Actually, you know what I'd do? I'd run outside because I'm near an airport now. I'd stand under like the planes as they're flying in and go, no! It goes, zzzz. That would be epic. Kind of emo, but still epic in its own way. But luckily for me, my laptop was saved. I have good luck, man. We always joke about that at the office because it's true. Good things always happen to me. I went to the vending machine the other day, and I decided to order some Funyuns. So I threw in my $1. The Funyuns came out, and they gave me 3 bags of Funyuns instead of 1. Yep, I'm a lucky guy. Even if you don't like Funyuns, screw you, they're awesome. Here we go. Accept. Down at the 8 o'clock position in orange is Modesty. That means up at the 12 o'clock. In yellow is Stork. Oh, Modesty's got to be nervous now. How can he not be? Down 2 in his first best of 5 against freaking Stork. Oh, it's got to hurt so much. But maybe Modesty has another excellent strategy prepared for this map. This is the map that he played Cal on, and their final game of their best of 3 series. And Modesty had a slow drop strategy, which worked out fantastically on this map. But if he goes for the same thing again, I think the Stork is going to be looking for it. So he probably won't go for the same thing again, although he definitely could. I don't think it would work out as well. But Modesty maybe has something else prepared. He planned so well for that versus Cal series that I was convinced that he was going to give Stork a run for his money, but so far he hasn't. Even in that last game with that excellent strategy he prepared, it didn't fend off Stork. Stork was the macro monster in that last game, and the first game too. So Stork, Protoss vs. Zerg recently has been pretty scary. Here's an overpool build from Modesty, put on a little bit of earlier aggression. But yeah, Protoss builds in general against Zerg these days have just been so scary. I think part of it has to do with the maps being a little bit more favorable for Protoss, but I think another part of it is the metagame shifting a bit. Protoss players saying, okay, I need to harass more, I need to do more drops, I need to be more aggressive. I think that has been a big change in PvZ over the years, is the aggressiveness of Protoss in this matchup. Protoss has become much more aggressive than they used to be in this matchup, which I think makes it more dynamic, much more dynamic and fun to watch. Because for a while there, for a long time, Protoss vs. Zerg was absolutely the best matchup to watch. And then for a period of a couple of years, right when I started commentating too, the Zerg players were winning so much against Protoss, and the metagame had shifted so much in the favor of Zerg that it was kind of like, this matchup's kind of boring now, actually. Because Protoss keep losing, it's kind of just hurts to watch if you're a fan of any kind of a Protoss player. Stork trying to tick down a drone there. But yeah, it's shifting back. The pendulum is swinging back in favor of Protoss in this matchup, which is personally very exciting to me because most of my favorite players are Protoss. But we're seeing Stork trying to be aggressive with that probe yet again, stealing minerals, trying to hit the drone with the minerals, just slapping him on the head with the minerals. Okay, Stork, he's building one cannon and putting his gateway at the front. Now, is he going to put down a second cannon? That seems to be the theme from Stork in the past couple of games. A big improvement from last season, where he didn't put down enough cannons. I always hate it when Protoss players don't put down enough cannons. It irks me, because only two cannons are basically all you need for the first part of the game. Once you get into mid to late game, as long as you scout, you should be able to put down the appropriate amount of cannons. But Stork did put down 2 cannons, playing it safe, especially from this overpool opening. No telling what Modesty is going to do next. But the Nexus on the way for Stork. Alright, so Stork, a couple of things he's going to have to be wary about on this map. First of all, the slow drop strategy, which Modesty could do again, but since he's expanding out there at the third location, probably not going to go for the same kind of strategy he used against Cal. But another strategy that Cal failed on this map, man, Cal has had some bad luck on this map, was Hyuk's all-in Hydraless break, which is a very scary Hydra break. So if Stork is going for a Corsair Reaver build, he's going to have to be mindful of where the Hydralists are. Because if he's not, this exact same thing that happened to Cal is going to happen to him. He's not going to have the Reavers at home for defense. He's going to be slaughtered in all of his cannons, and his Zealots at the front are going to go down. So as long as he keeps on the scouting, which shouldn't be too difficult on this map. The mains are close together. If you fly around with the Corsair, you pretty much have the lay of the land. And it's pretty easy to scout. So, Stork, once again, not upgrading his +1 attack. I actually didn't know when Stork upgraded his +1 attack in that last game, if he ever did. I'm pretty sure he must have, because +1 attack is so powerful for a Protoss player. But I didn't see him. Okay, he is spinning the Forge now, so he is going for an earlier +1 attack in this game than he did in the last game. In the last game, he kind of waited. He waited on that +1 attack so he could build up a higher tech, which he definitely did. He built up very high tech, almost the entire mid-game Protoss tech tree. Right, here comes a Spire for Modesty, another standard play from him. Citadel of Adun and the Stargate warping in at the same time for Stork. Well, not at the same time. The Citadel of Adun is going to take a little bit longer, but whatever. Here comes a Spire, and the first Corsair is going to, as I said, get the lay of the land, get the scout on what Modesty is doing, because it could be a number of things on this map. I'd say this map is pretty tough for Protoss as far as ZVP goes, because there are a lot of places to hide, a whole lot of places to hide. I mean, you can't cover behind the mains. If Stork scouts around, he scouts the main, scouts the natural, scouts at 6 o'clock, and doesn't see any Hydras and moves on. He doesn't know about behind the main. There are a bunch of different places that you can hide Hydras. And you don't want to stay in too long with those Corsairs because you're going to get sniped by Scourge eventually. So it's tricky, very tricky. The Hydralist in coming up. And it looks like Stork's going to go for the first Overlord kill as the Spire popping up now. There comes the Spire. That giant pulsating mushroom. That's kind of gross, actually. I shouldn't have said that. But the Corsair are going to take down the first Overlord. Always important to get that first Overlord kill. But now Stork is going to have to hightail it home, as he has done in the previous couple of games, and protect his Corsairs, because they're going to be vital on this map. Because Mutalisk tech is very viable on this map. In fact, most Zerg players have gone for that against Protoss on Pathfinder, but just because the mains are so close together and you need that air maneuverability. So the Scourge coming in, trying to scout what Stork is doing. I haven't seen anything else yet for Modesty. I'm going to have to take a look at his base again, see if he has some Hydras up. But Stork, it seems, is going behind the natural expansion. Oh, a weird choice of attack from Stork. He's coming up behind this base. Going to try to trick Modesty, but Modesty does have a nicely positioned Overlord there, and he's starting to pump Hydras, so he is going to have the defense at the front. Even though Stork is moving down here, his +1 attack and his speed upgrade, his leg upgrade for the Zealots, probably going to pop in at the exact same time. Yes, they do. No +1 yet. Stork is hanging down here. He's trying to see what Modesty has at the front. Is not a lot, but Stork probably still isn't going to be able to break through until he has some reinforcements. So he's backing off, deciding to run all the way back, which is smart. And he's throwing down additional cannons because he sees the amount of Hydras. He's like, wow, that's a lot of Hydras, so I need to build some more cannons at the front just in case. Of course, I'm not sure if it's likely that Modesty is going to push. He doesn't have that many Hydras. He's still grouping up. Pretty big grouping of Hydras, but Stork has the scouting, and that's the most important part. building 3 additional cannons, I think, to supplement those other 2, taking down a couple of overlords there. Some very sneaky couple of overlord kills from Stork. Oh, he's only warping in 1 more cannon. That was a pylon there that I was looking at. The Stork. Oh, Stork! Yes! That was Cal's trick that he used against Modesty, too. Oh, that's fantastic. I love to see that kind of Corsair micro. The nice little pimpus play there from Stork, killing the Scourge that try to chase down the Corsairs. So we still have a pretty healthy number of Corsairs out for Stork. And Modesty, once again, going straight for the 4th base. He's been trying to macro up in all of these games. Not very successfully in the last couple. He held on pretty good in that second game, but he needed another gas pretty desperately. He is running way low on units at the end of that game. So, okay, Stork, I think he's already working on his +2 attack. Has his +1, Forge is spinning, so it's probably going to be +2 for him. Still on 2 bases. Getting a 3rd for any of the races is tough on this map, although Modesty is secured at 6 o'clock pretty easily. There are 2 entrances to that, so it's very susceptible to harassment. Now Stork is taking down both eggs to make it easier for his Zealots and his High Templar to stream out. But he has only allowed room for High Templar and Zealots, I think. I don't think there's enough room for Dragoons to get out of that. Could be mistaken. Not exactly sure. I'll have to take a look at that again. But the Hydralisks are positioned at this natural expansion. They're coming out, though, and now the Scourge are scouting the High Templar moving down the map. So Stork has got to wait for his High Templar to come down so he can get some storm on these large Hydralisk clumps. But there is a Modesty. He's trying to position a pincer attack here, come in from both sides, and not allow Stork many options as far as where he's going to go. But Stork is already coming down here. His High Templar out there, exposed. But now the High Templar getting a couple of storms there. Or maybe there's just 1 storm behind that base. Stork pushing in, another storm from a huge clump of Hydralisk goes down. That was about 5 Hydras going down to that 1 storm. And there's a High Templar hiding below an Overlord. You can't see me. I'm a High Templar. Using the Overlord phalanges, those things hanging down from the Overlords. That's my unofficial title for. Oh, he revealed himself. Hide and seek. Oh, the High Templar going down before it was even. It even managed to storm on top of the drone line. The Stork has grouped up a hell of a lot of Corsairs, so he's going to go Overlord hunting again. He has his +1 attack for the Corsairs, melting the Overlords. So going to try to supply cap. He has supply capped Modesty now, but Modesty is going for lurker drops in this game, which is good for him because Stork is still on 2 bases. He's going to try to take a 3rd over there at the 9 o'clock position, but so far he only has 2, which means lurker drops are going to be so effective if Modesty can get it done. Drop behind the mineral lines of both of the bases, the main and the natural expansion. And there's Stork, 1 pesky Zealot there. But once again, Stork is trying to go around and snipe some Overlords. He's coming down to the 6 o'clock position and the natural expansion and that base over there at the outside, 8 o'clock. So he's attacking 3 bases at once, and the Corsairs are out. So this is so annoying. Very annoying attack from Stork. It's not going to end Modesty, though. He's going to get some drone snipes, but most of these Zealots are going to die pretty quickly. But not before a lot of Overlords go down and a lot of drones go down. Actually, the Zealot's still surviving at the 6 o'clock. Managed to take down a Sunken Colony, too, to help out future attacks. But Stork has killed all of the drones at the outside 8 o'clock base, which means that Modesty's going to have to resaturate that. But Modesty trying to morph some lurkers in the middle, unsuccessfully, as the eggs are focused in on by the rest of the units. But okay, let's look at Stork's base. A lot of cannons everywhere. Going to be building some more cannons at that 9 o'clock base, 9:30 base, whatever. And okay, Stork has grouped up a ton of units, but he's going to have to be careful here because now Modesty knows what his game plan is. It's basically go behind the bases and attack multiple bases at the same time. But okay, Stork flying over all the Hydras, looking for more Overlords to snipe. He finds 1 over there, but the rest of the Overlords are pretty nicely hidden now from Modesty. He's kind of fanning them out across the map, which is probably smart. Stork is going to have a harder time finding them that way. Stork is coming down yet again to the 8 o'clock. He's going to try to take out that 8 o'clock, even though there's only 1 drone mining down here. But Modesty going for a counterattack at the same time. He has half of his Hydras and his Lurkers breaking through the natural expansion. He's probably going to be able to break through, though, because Stork doesn't really have anything there. Oh, massive storms from Stork, taking down like a full control group of Hydras at that 8 o'clock, and he melts the 8 o'clock. The 8 o'clock is gone, so even if he loses this natural expansion, he's done a lot of damage already, knocking Modesty back to 3 bases. But still 3 gas for Modesty, so he's going to hang on a long time, I think, even with these troops knocking at his front door. But he might lose some important tech. I think Stork might want to fall back with a few of his troops. Well, actually, he's grouping up his reinforcements at on the high ground inside of this main. So I think he's going to be okay in defending himself there, especially since he's pushing through the natural expansion now with his Dragoons. He doesn't have any reinforcements coming in, obviously, because they're trapped inside of the main. But if these Dragoons can get it done, Stork storming on top of one of the Lurkers there, and trying to make his way into this natural expansion. He lost his own natural expansion, hasn't been able to retake that base yet. He's grouping up units still, grouping up some Zealots, but he's going straight into this natural, and Modesty, he's trying to build some static defenses here. But Modesty is in a bad position because if he loses his natural expansion, that's going to put him down to 2 bases. And Stork cleaning up the troop outside of his main. So he's going to take that down, be able to retake his natural, and come out with those Zealots, those reinforcement Zealots at the same time. If he can get those Zealots down here, he should be able to lock down this game. But if he can't get the Zealots down here, that's going to mean that these troops are going to be cleaned up eventually by Modesty, I think. But Modesty is forced to pull all of his drones off the line, coming in with some more Zerglings from the 6 o'clock position, mostly Dragoons here, so if he can group up a huge amount of Zerglings and get the surround on these Dragoons, oh man, here come the Zealots. I think the Zealots are going to be able to lock down this game, because if Zealots come in, the Zerglings are not going to be that much of a threat. So a couple more creep colonies going to try to morph into sunken colonies for Modesty, but here come the Zealots. The Zealots coming in, and Stork, he's going to be able to take out this natural expansion, and once he takes out the natural, that's going to be it. Oh man, Stork, he still has his observer in, so he sniped the Lurkers. One single Lurker left for Modesty, but he doesn't have much else. He really doesn't have much else, and Stork has not even thrown down his natural again. He's committed everything to this one last manly attack, and it looks like he's going to be able to get it done. Even working off of basically one mining base. I'm not even sure if he's mining inside of his main at this stage in the game or not. But he's taking down the natural. He's running low on troops himself. But I see some more troops streaming out of his main. So he's been focused completely on unit production. Yeah, just producing Zealots. He doesn't even care about his economy anymore. He's like, Zealots, give me Zealots. It's more Zealots streaming down. These Zealots should be able to lock this thing down. Yeah, transferring all of his probes to the 9 o'clock base because he has no other place to mine. Yikes. So Stork is coming in with a huge conga line of Zealots. He has enough Zealots to take down this natural expansion now, and that's going to be it. GG from Modesty, 3-0'd by the Dino Toss. Absolute domination. Modesty keeping on the long tradition of random Zergs making it to the semifinals and being stomped 3-0 or 3-1 in the case of Shine. But wow, Stork takes it, and now we have the finals that I've been hoping for a very long time. And we're going back to where it all began, the nostalgia finals. Well, this has been Nuke. I will be back. I have a lot of work to do in the next week, getting my videos together, but I will be back for the Bacchus OSL Finals. See you guys then.